Okay. My basic understanding then would be, when you place your order, it's not really dependent on the amount that you're going to lose, but on the confidence that you have that it will work.
On the punt?
Yeah, on the punt. I'm saying your intuition to say this trade is going to work out.
All right, this is what happens on the punt. You see this head and shoulders I'm drawing here, right? I'm seeing it here, and this is... Oh, pass this one. And at this stage here, when it's going up, we can draw support and we can draw our resistance, right? So now I see that it's forming this right shoulder, right? Are you with me? And it's here. I therefore know it's going to come here someday, right? And then not only that, I know it's going to break and what? Get there. Are you with me? Please understand, this is very important. If you want to understand how I punt, how I gamble. Having seen this, I will go hard here. I will go hard on the break. Are you with me? By the time I get here, I will close. The profit I would have made on these two trades here, from 100 account, my account will probably be sitting on $800. I know it's going to retest and come back. I will enter again. I'll make another 800 to come back. You follow the logic? 1,600, Nabo. Now, what was giving me confidence? The setup. The fact that the market is coming down here. Are you with me? I'm not waiting for it to get there. I don't need it to. Now, on your main account, this is how you would trade. You'd place one entry here, right? Are you with me? And you take profit where? Here. And then you wait. You see? Now, this is sexy. This gets you money. Comes in. This is boring. But this is important on a $5,000 account. This approach. Because this gives you a profit of $1,000 every time. Yes? This gives you a profit of 1,000 3 times a week. Great. But 2 times of the week, you will lose the 1,000 again. You know what I mean? But this gives you instinct to do this better. Does it make sense? So this is important, and it also pays. But it's not the way to say, I'm now retired, and I'm not doing that for a living. Because you'll be full of stress.
Yeah, that you really answered exactly where I wanted. Because one pro trader told me people don't risk because they've got another money to fund, but they risk because they are sure of the trade, to say it will go in that direction. That's when they risk more, generally. So when you're explaining it, because of those patterns that are forming up and stuff like that, I really understand that.
You're going hard because you also must not really care about the money. Because listen, are you going to go in hard on a $5,000 account and risk it all here? No matter how confident you feel about it getting there. Because now at this point, it's reckless on a $5,000 account. Does it make sense? But on a $50 account, it's reckless not to go hard. It's the opposite. You know what I mean? Because you can't be trying to punch to go from 50 to 65 in a day. What are you doing? We're here to make money. We're not here to...
Thank you. I'm totally.
Yeah, I go hard. Go in. Risk maybe 20% of. You can't be chief if you're not making money. Does it make sense what I'm saying? Like then there's no. So what then becomes the ultimate test of your success is your ability to make money. Whatever it is, just be consistent with that. Then you're successful. So if your target is to make 1,000 a week and you're making that a week, you are successful. If you are blowing every week, you're not successful. I don't care what you know. I don't care what books you are reading. I don't care how you are going about it. You are not yet. If money is not flowing in, if it's flowing out, it must be a ruthless definition. Right? Are you if you get 1 point A level, did you pass your A levels? Maybe you can say you passed them. Did you? Were you successful? Huh? There's a strict measurement, right? Your child can't come to you and say, listen, Dad, I can now speak English fluently. You know? I can do 1, 2, 3 things, Dad. I can play rugby really well. You know, I just feel like this whole A-level experience was a success for me, Dad. What would you say? Oh, whoppa! These results versus what you're saying. You follow what I'm saying? Yeah, that is the true measurement. So money is the only measurement of success, I believe, as a trader.
So are the income you get from trading stable, or you have to do some management on them?
It will never be fixed. It doesn't come like a paycheck. Never. It will never. Been trying to do that my whole life. It doesn't happen. But it comes. Listen, are you good at maths? Let's say you're good at maths, right? You say, my son, I'm good at maths. This guy is good at maths, right? Good. Then you say to your son, write 10 exams, different maths exams, right? Is he going to get the same mark on all of them? But he's good, right? But at least he's going to pass in all of them. So that's the same sense with trading. You can't say, I make 5,000 every month. That's not true. I've not met someone who's able to produce 5. Right? But I've met someone who's able to at least show me 1,000, 1.5, 5, 3.5, 2.5, 7. But it's never minus 10. You follow? How can you be a good maths student if you get 80%, 90%, 60%, 10%? What have you not mastered? Because the exams are testing you daily. Each time you're in the markets rather are testing you daily. It's a test. Because nothing ever comes out. It's never the same question, really. Never the exact same scenario, never the exact same events. It's always different. The way the move is different. The way it breaks out is different. The way the pattern forms is different. But a successful trader understands the basic fundamentals and is a master at flags. And therefore can pass the flag exam each what? You follow what I'm saying? Yeah?
Yeah, so I have a challenge there. Challenge is trading. How did your family react, and what can I do for them to, the best explanation, like just tell me your experience. How did your family take trading, and what support did you get?
All right. You know, I'm very frank, right? I'm going to talk to you like a mentor. I'm not going to talk to you like a nice guy. If you're trying to convince your family, you need to convince your family. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And you need to stand by that. If you're taking your morora, if you're taking your wife, your fiancé to meet your family, you don't go there and say, hey, here she is. I'm not too sure about her. You know what I mean? I'm not too sure, but she seems she's okay. From time to time, she behaves. But I love her. Nonetheless, can you give me permission to marry? What will your family say? No paying. I'm saying, right? But you need to come there and solve the story. Go, oh, who are you? Good. I want my A's, Chetu. Perfect student. Do you know what I'm saying? Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. There's no one like this woman. She's amazing, right? Do you know what I'm saying? The family will say, we're not sure. In the bedroom, they'll say, we're not sure, but let him go ahead. So I think if you're trying to convince your family, be convinced yourself. Does that make sense? Go there. If you're convincing someone, be convinced yourself. Go there and say, look at this video, Daddy, look at this video. Do you see this guy makes money? Look at this person, should they make money? Look at this. This thing works. I need to do it now. Will you lose money? No, of course I'll lose some money. I need to do it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Does it make sense? And then everyone will come to your wedding, happy for you. Even though they'll be saying, marriage looks rocky. But they'll be happy for you. So I don't think that there's anyone who is not convinced if you are convinced. Is there a question?
It's not really a question, but based on what you was asking and what I think the most challenge that most of us had, personally, I would have started trading long time, but because of these pyramid schemes, I also classified trading as a pyramid scheme, and I didn't, until the person who told me about it was so successful, then I was asking, how did you do it? He said, what I told you 3 years ago. so.
It's a good one, huh? Yeah, I think, of course, look, trading, there is the dark side of trading. The dark side of trading and the markets in general is that the small guy is never supposed to make money. It's a smart rich man's game. Yeah? You can be right about the direction, but you don't have enough capital. And you still blow your account. Someone with $1 billion will just make it through and make money consistently. So it's very difficult if you don't have money. It's a pyramid scheme if you give someone money and they promise you returns. Like, give me your money. Do you know how much money I can get from all of you if I wanted right now? How many DMs I get from people who say, could I just take my 1,000 please? Even if it blows. get out of here. If it blows, you'll be at my door every day. You know what I mean? But that's where it gets dangerous. You know, you place a couple of trades, you're successful, then you think, hey, if I had more money, I'll do better. Let me now go and tell my auntie to give me money. Error. And you go to your auntie, listen, you see, let me tell you, I did 100, 2 to 300. Imagine I had 1,000, auntie. Give me 1,000. Give me 1,000, see. That's where things go wrong. And those are the stories that people start hearing. Right? And you yourself, don't be lazy that you want to give someone else money to trade on your behalf. Don't do it. Just learn it. If you don't want to learn it, leave it.
Okay.
Hey? Yeah. Okay. Any other question? Great. We're happy with that. We'll call that part done. Edge point. Say edge point.
Edge point.
Now listen, I created the word edge point. It doesn't exist. Okay? But it's now roaming the streets. You should hear some of these guys who start their own groups. Edge point. I'm like, I should have put trademark at the end of that one. Anyway, so edge. I guess where it was coming from was the fact that every trader needs to have an edge. Right? You need to have something that you do that is different to the person next to you. Because if the person next to you is better, he's going to have your lunch. He's going to eat your lunch. Every business owner needs to have an edge, right? Every business needs to have an edge, a unique advantage. Why can you open a retail store, a booming big retail store in the middle of the bush? You don't have any edge, right? You want to open your store. Look at TMs. Look where TMs are strategically positioned. Almost all TMs are positioned near some sort of taxi rank, right? Pick and Pay, Hyper, Zonke Sizwe, Escort. That's their unique advantage. Yes, you and I, we start a shop, we just look for space. And we wonder why we're struggling. Right? So some of you guys, when you start trading, you are just going into the market. You've got no unique advantage. What's going to make you more successful than the person next to you? Let's just talk about that right now without talking about an actual market strategy. Because edge is determined by character and strategy. Yes? Character is something that you come in with, strategy is something that you learn. Okay? So what is it about you as a person that's going to make you make more money than the guy next to you? Let's go.
I'm patient and resilient.
That's your edge. Now, you need to incorporate your strategy around that character edge. Huh? must know yourself first when you jump into the markets. Does that make sense? He says you want to be disciplined. I'm going to guess that's yours. Discipline. So, you might be a horrible trader, but your discipline alone could save you. Because when you're wrong, you're disciplined enough to switch off the computer, walk away. When you make profit, you're disciplined enough to take the profit and go. Yes? That could be enough. Does it make sense? That character that you have, or you're trying to build, could be enough. The only thing that you need to have in trading, if you focus on that and make sure you are truly disciplined. Huh? Can I tell you mine?
Yes.
Can I tell you mine?
Yes.
Greed. Okay. Oh, you thought I was going to say something nice? You thought I was going to say, nah, because I'm incredibly focused. I'm greedy. Very greedy. If we're eating at a restaurant, I want what's in your plate, your plate, your plate. Everyone's giving me something. What's in my plate never looks good. You know, you order like have ribs. When someone says, I'll have a chicken shit, I'll have a burger, I'll have whatever. Right? When my ribs come, I'm like, boss, give me something, small piece. Ish! Yo, chicken looks good, they can have it. Small, I'll give you one. You know, then I want to have like a platter. Right? Now, over the years, I realized it's useless to fight this thing called greed. Huh? I realized, no, it's not helping me. Every time I get into the markets, I'm not be greedy. When I say set up, over risk, I realized, actually, you know what? The only way to fix my greed is to accept it and to use it to my advantage. It's to go along, right? So now that I'm jumping into the markets greedy, what must I do when I jump into the markets? Right? You follow? Now that I've established that I'm a greedy person, how must I approach the markets when I jump into the markets? Is I must have a big account. Because there's no amount of greed that is worth blowing a $50,000 account. Right? And when I see a trade and it looks good, I've got every right to take it hard. Therefore, the trade must be justified, right? Enter edge point. That's where it comes from. So you see now, I'm greedy, remember? So I see a flag like this, right? Yes? And the markets are going up, down, up, down. I learned, if I'm greedy here, I lose money. I need to find a place in the markets where my greed can be exercised with the least amount of risk. And I'm rewarded greatly. You see what I'm trying to say? So trading, don't let anyone tell you. This point here is what I call edge point. Are you with me? Is that clear? At this point, guys, listen. If the market goes up, it's fine if I lose money. I will never say you agreed. Because I found the least risky place to be. Are you with me? And remember, my stop loss will be tight as well. You see that? So now I'm putting 10 lots here, where someone is putting 1 lot here, out of fear, and it's the wrong place to enter. Here, if I lose this, I lose 2K. Huh? Are you with me? But oh my goodness, if it just gets here, what's that? Now tell me, is my greed not justified?
Yes, that's fine.
Am I not to be greedy?
Yes.
Huh? Is this the point that I should be the most careful at? I said the age point, but I can't put too much. No. I'm scared of losing. Does that make sense there?
Yes.
To be scared there, doesn't make sense to me. Okay, let me ask you a question. You are doing in the middle of a heist, bank robbery. You know, have you seen those movies? They open the vault and it's just money. And they've got the right number of bags for the money. Right? Are you with me? Right. This is where greed is dangerous. When you're now starting to put all the money in the bags and you can hear the siren, woo, 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 right? Take what you've got and then what? But 2 o'clock, it's quiet. There's no one drumming. There's no sound. No one's heard you. The guard is tied in the corner. Is that the time to be like, guys, let's take 2 bags only. Let's not be greedy. Let's just take 2 bags. You see, let's leave these other bags. What do? You take over. So edge point is literally that point where the chance of things going wrong are very slim. And therefore greed can be justified. You accompany that. If I was a patient as this gentleman here, and I'm willing to wait for take profit here, I only need to take 1 trade a month. 2 risk 2K, you come here, you make 20K, you are done. Does it make sense what I'm saying? Is that helpful? No. So your character first, and then we look for something, a way of approaching the market, knowing who you are. Don't try to be like me.
Yeah.
So let's go around. What do you think is special and unique about you?
Yes, I've got a question. So how would you know that is the edge point? Maybe,
Yeah, as to why that particular touch is the edge point, right? But right now I want to first dwell on the character, and then we'll go into the technicality of the actual pattern. Is that okay?
Yeah, okay.
Right now let's talk about you. Because trading is 80% psychology and 20% strategy. Let me put it this way. Okay. Pass the mic around. Tell me what you think is unique about you. That you think you've got that the next guy does not have. You can say 100% that if I stretch my arms and exercise social distancing, the guy there and the guy there, I'm better than them at this particular thing.
I think for me is that I don't care to lose money. If I know that if things go right, I was going to get something better.
No fear.
Yeah, no fear.
No fear.
I'm saying, okay, I'm putting my money here. If things get right, I'm okay.
You're a risk taker.
Yeah, I would say
The
I'm
man next to you said he's a risk taker. Who do you think is more of a risk taker? But you guys get the point.
Yeah.
Let's go around.
Yeah, personally, with me, it's ambition. I think I'm too ambitious to make it.
Ambition.
Yes. So as a result, yes, I'm driven. As a result, I will do anything to get to where I want to go.
Great. So the way it works for you is, out of 10 trades that you have to place,
Yes.
we know that the market will only need to be correct 40% of the time, minimum, right? To make money, right? Yes. Where you go in is you can go, wrong, 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 and then you will make it to here. Because you are driven. Is that are we saying the same thing here?
Yeah, before yes, okay. Before this seminar, I wouldn't say I was going to say maybe I have a case or something. But after the course, I think that I can stand for.
That you can stand for?
Yeah, because I was taught about that. So I think my ambition has grown even more. But before I thought I was cursed or something, or the market is working against me. Maybe they've
come together
to say, and let's bring him down.
For me, I'm a very mathematical person.
Mm-hmm.
Everything I do is kind of like numbers. It's like, for example, this morning, I had to do something which would which took me almost 2 hours. And I knew I was supposed to be here at 9. So I calculated my time and I did it in less than the 2 hours that I had planned. Then I thought of driving here, which would take me like 20 minutes, and I took less time. So what I'm doing in life is always, before I move the steps, I know I can take 5 steps to get there.
Great. So what would this gentleman be very good at doing and using? The what? That's your edge. Your edge is your ability to plan before you even get into the markets. Is this making sense for you guys? Yeah. So he's going into the markets and he's saying, okay, I want to make $2,000 this month. I'm actually not like that. I'm very process driven. Everything, and ask these guys, before I do anything, it is planned to the last dot. To the last dot. Right? That's me. It rarely do I not know what's going to happen 6 months from now in my own life. Do you know what I mean? Remember I showed you my trading plan, general to the last trade. You follow the logic? Great. That's why I believe in trade plans so much. Because I plan the trade and then I trade the plan. Does it make sense? I plan the trade, then I enjoy to trade the plan. Okay, I plan to be correct 4 times. Let me see. Do you know what I'm saying? That is what I enjoy doing. So that's my unique contribution. Let's go to that corner.
For myself, I think I'm psychologically strong. Like, I use my brain a lot. Like, I think I'm sort of multi-talented. I don't let my emotions take control over me. So I take my time in everything that I do. And for the calculation part, I go with him. Like, I'm mathematically strong. I think so. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. So, psychologically resilient.
Yeah.
You're strong.
Yeah.
Mentally.
Yeah, mentally.
Well done. I'm weak.
Okay, me, I'm more like a diverse guy. I'm willing like to try anything, different things. Yeah, so like I think I'm gonna apply it in this. Like, if I fail, like yesterday when I was trading, it's like of course I lost. It's like it's like I clicked on buy, and then when I saw that I was losing and like minus, then I placed the same trade on the same currency pair and I sold. But then still I was going on minus. So now I'm eager to learn, like, how come I put 2 different trades but I'm losing on both?
Yeah, it is probably your spread, huh? You have to beat spread on either side. Okay, great. Someone wants to say something?
As for me, I work on a plan system. Yeah, and which when my plans don't go very well, I stop on it. Then have another system which I can work with, which works with that.
Great. So guys, so far you guys have picked up, you can bring the mic back this side. You've picked up the general 1 or 2 strengths that you must have, right? Now, you need to also have something in the market that you do when you look at the chart that gives you a unique advantage over everyone else in the world. Does it make sense? So let's focus on this one pattern called the flag. You guys understand the bearish flag now? The market is falling. This is known as the flagpole, yes? And then it will go up, it will go down. It's always better for me to draw the lines first, right? So it's more accurate. That's the second touch, yes? Second touch, usually on the third. So edge point entries on the flag. Third touch, yes? Prepare to do what? To sell, right? Does it make sense? Now you've got to be very quick at thinking and acting. You can't be here. Quick. You cannot afford to panic. Okay. Now here's another thing that you need to know. So edge point is counter-intuitive, right? So they call this trading against the trend or counter trend. This is what happens when the market is making it to this third point. Do you know how fast it moves? The green candles will be like this, and they'll be going like it should be like a train steaming towards this last point. Have you ever, you know, on a train when it comes to the end of a railway, there's always a little thing at the edge, right? That stops the train. Right? That's the resistance in this regard. You've got to be willing to allow that train to get there and not run away. It's actually really going to stop there. So the candles that come here they don't arrive this slowly. They don't like. You know what I mean? Who's coming? Who's coming? Let's go. They sort of do that. The reason why it moves so fast is to convince everyone that it's going, is to manipulate the whole market to buy. So when everyone is placing buy, those who've got the short sells lined up here have got an equal and opposite buyer. Because someone to sell. Remember, to sell something, you need a buyer. This induces people to press buy, which is giving the order to the sellers that are waiting. So to induce everyone to say, buy, it has to move fast. Huh? Does it make sense? When it's getting there, the sellers take the order, and then you are caught there. Eh? It's going on. It's going down because you'd have pressed buy at the wrong place. Okay, so this is the point that you want to enter at. It's hard, so you've got to, it's counterintuitive, but it's going counter trend in a way because the trend was established to be going up, right? And you're going counter. But at this point here is the point you enter. Third touch usually. And look out for things like pin bars. Remember I explained the pin bar is a candlestick that looks like that. Okay? That will be found like at this point here. Look out for that. Okay? That's confirmation that it's about to reverse. And then try and enter here. Make an entry. Okay. You will make all the money you've ever wanted to make when it comes back down to this point here. You will be full. Let me tell you something that happens in trading. Do you think you will all make it to this point here? Remember the leg ends here. Do you all want to make it here?
Yes, for me, I will not. I will make it.
Right? So the rule of the pattern is that you're supposed to place your take profit here. Remember? Yes, guys? You're supposed to place your take profit right here. Right? Let me tell you something that happens to you when you place a big position and it's working for you. You start getting satisfied by the figure. It is very hard to make it here. So you risk 2,000. By the time it's here, it's 8,000. Right? Trust me. You're not thinking, it could be 20 unless you are greedy, patient. That's why I asked you, are you the one person that's left in the room? Because I'm out at 8.
I know we're out.
Boom! There's one later. Right? And then I watched it for the next 3 days falling. Oh, and if I had, I would be, but then, you know what I mean? But that's not my struggle because I already know that I'm not patient. I am greedy. So I still make money. Don't think because you're more patient, you're making more necessarily. I still made a lot of money. Because I put 10 lots here, where someone who's not greedy would have put half a lot. And sort of, you know what I mean? Let me see what happens. So I've used my character to make money. Most people will not be able to make it to take profit. That's why that RR, that risk reward, remember we say if you're a beginner, if you hit 2 to 3 RR, you're good. Getting to 10 can take you a lifetime. Learning to get to here. Is that helpful? So this is edge point entry, and each pattern has got an edge point. We will do a master class on each pattern, but I wanted you to understand why we even trying to look for a point like that. Do you want me to do one more pattern?
Yes. Yeah.
What pattern would you like me to do?
Head and shoulders.
Ha, good word. Right, head and shoulders, market is going. Now listen. After having traded head and shoulders my whole life, literally feels like it. A head and shoulders is not a head and shoulders if it does not have a huge extension first. Because what happens, the market will cancel this leg by falling here. It's got to be cancelled. The markets move in mirrors. It's like mirrors itself. Notice if I do this, what happens? Look, this is a mirror image of that. You see that? So if this is short, there's nothing to cancel, so it's less likely to work. There's no reversal happening. Are you with me? Just remember that as a trick. Secondly, edge point entry on a head and shoulders. Yes? You get the first dip, right? Then you get the head, right? At this point here, you'll probably see this. That's where you need to start reacting. That's where you need to say, something is happening. Right? Only trade edge point, only look for edge point entries on the head and shoulders, ladies and gentlemen, if there's a pattern. Okay? It could be a flag, you catch it beautifully on that edge. Remember? Huh? And you know the extension of the flag is ending. Remember, that is the flagpole, for instance, and it ends there. Great confirmation. Your edge point is right there. You're catching the right shoulder at an edge point entry of a pattern. It does not get better than that. That is money. If you see that, you know what you do? You call a friend. Call a friend and say, remember, I've been talking to you about trading. Come to my house and see something. You see this picture here before. You see what it looks like. Come tomorrow and talk to me. I want to show you something. That's where you show your father before and after. Dada, come see this thing. You see this thing here? It's called the head and shoulders. Just watch me go and sell. You see sell? Yes, I know it's in a loss right now. That's called spread. Such him that past it. And then you follow? And you place your points there, and then you show your father the very next day. You will think you're a magician. You follow? Very nice place to enter on the head and shoulders. Do not enter. Here's something else that I've learned from experience. So the head and shoulders is really this simple. Usually the markers do this, and then they do that, right? And then they do that. It's usually like a mutator. It's got two shoulders, yes? This is more likely what you're going to see in the markets. Now, here, don't look to enter yet. Let it do that and do that. It repeats it. Okay, so count how many shoulders there are here, and then only trade once you're on the second shoulder on this side. Okay. Textbook is just to wait to enter after the neckline. This is what you can do as a beginner. If it's confusing, you just wait for the break and then take it. But those of us who don't wait for breaks, who go in up to the second shoulder, pops. So it's gonna go, you just see you'll see it with practice. I don't want to go onto my laptop because I think it will distract us. But you get the point. What we're saying is with edge points, you're trying to find an entry in the markets that gives you the least risk and the greatest reward. And it requires the least drawdown of psychological capital. Do you want me to show you what's happening with the flag? One last one, 5 minutes. This is with the flag, for instance. Oh, if you guys get this, then you are something else. You are marvelous. Because you will not find this anywhere on the internet. You see this flag here, right? Up, down, up, down, up. Where are you entering? Here, right? Are you with me? And the market falls, yes? What usually happens when the market breaks, it retests, right? Yeah. And you can do this, and then drop, yes? Right. At this point here, there is massive psychological depletion of trade of a cycle. You are going to feel drained, exhausted. My goodness. You see profit on Monday, see back entry on Tuesday. You know, because the market is retesting before it drops. Most traders die here. Yes? You guys with me? Yes. To avoid this, that's another reason for edge point, because you already see the flag doing this. It doesn't happen up here. It happens down. Do you know why the market's retest? Think about it. The market was not brought down by an angel to here and there, waiting for you guys to then enter on the break. There were blue traders that got it here, right? Mm-hmm. And anyone and most blue traders that got it here are now offloading away. So, if you press sell to go short here, pay attention to this point. If you press sell to go short here, you are in a sell position, right? To exit your short, you need a buyer. Remember, any position, to exit a position, you need to find someone who's taking an equal and opposite position to yours. To sell your car for 10,000, you need someone who's a buyer for a car for 10,000. Does it make sense? You need someone who's willing to take what you are selling. Right? So, you are selling something here, you are short. When you get here, you start looking for buyers, you start offloading. Guys, I don't want this anymore. This is why the market starts going up and down. Because there are people who've got positions here that they're not getting rid of where? Think about this. There's edge points everywhere in life. If you are an experienced commuter boarder, Zumco, right? There's a point at which if you enter the Zumco, there's a lot of this happening. But there's a point at which you can jump into the Zumco and there's very little. If you go into Harare, right? There's a point in which you can enter the bus with minimal resistance. That's by the gum trees. But if you go to the bus terminus, it's ding-ding. Does it make sense? Similarly, when the bus is not dropping off people, when they arrive, there's activities. People jumping in and out of the... Right? Those who had boarded earlier are jumping out. Those who want to jump in and out. So there's chaos, volatility. So you want to jump in, you want to find positions in the market where there's least resistance to your position. And that is usually found by people who are pros, who are able to locate. For me to jump, to be the first person in the Honda Fit, I need to catch it here. Driving. Otherwise, there's a point where I'm in the boot. No, I'm not lying, guys. There's a point at which you're not the last one, right? You want to avoid that with trading, right? Boarding a plane, there's a point at which there's no chaos, and there's a point at which there's no chaos. This is what I'm saying. You want to check in 2 hours before you come in 2 hours before you're going in nicely. You've got no problem. You remove your shoes, you do everything. You've got enough time to catch a drink. Come there 30 minutes before. Right? Now there's chaos, you're more likely to make a mistake. It's the same thing with the markets. There's places where you can enter with least resistance and where you can enter and you'll find a lot of activity. And when there's a lot of activity, there's a lot of psychological depletion. Can you imagine when you're rushing to catch a plane? How tired are you when you get onto the plane eventually? Eh? Like, you thought you were being clever by delaying to leave the house, right? But actually, when you board the plane, you are even more exhausted than the whole process required. Does it make sense? So actually, to have a decent journey, what you want to do is you want to be able to jump into the plane. There's no one. You pick your seat. You place your bag, nice covered compartment. You can find a nice corner to place your bag. Is this making sense to you? So as a traveler, you become experienced at traveling more efficiently. Don't you? Don't you? Yeah. As a trader, you need to also become more efficient at entering the markets. Not every point in the market is a point of entry. If you do not catch that on camera, then I do not know. I always want to talk to the camera like, hey, did you see that? they over there in the UK? Got that? In America, Canada? You see, we know what we're doing here in Africa. Did you ever think you'd be watching this from Zimbabwe under sanctions? All right, you guys got that? Yeah. Give yourselves a round of applause.